Welcome, Pro Wrestling Fan Show. I'm your host, Robert. On today's edition is a review of the 2013 Royal Rumble, which was on live on pay-per-view last night. In the pre-show match, it was the United States title on the line, Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz. We had a retain by Antonio Cesaro. Wasn't able to see the match, but they showed some excerpts on it during the pay-per-view, and it looked like Miz took a pretty big shot to the knee. He did come out for the Rumble. He was limping some, so let's hope that's not going to be a lingering injury for The Miz. But we had a retain for Antonio Cesaro in that match. The first match on the pay-per-view card was the world title, last weekend's stadium match, champion Alberto Del Rio versus Big Show. Big Show comes out, start the pay-per-view. They go to the back, they show Ricardo Rodriguez and Del Rio walking in the back, which was kind of random. And Del Rio runs into Bret Hart. And just having the two of them in the back kind of awkward when the show's in the ring waiting. And Del Rio and Bret Hart had a little exchange. Bret Hart called Del Rio the Mexican Bret Hart. And then Del Rio told Bret Hart that he was the Canadian Alberto Del Rio. Very random, very not sure what they're doing with this. That didn't go anywhere for the pay-per-view, but they had this backstage. Once Del Rio came out and the match got started, typical last man standing match, in and out of the ring, announce table, by the announce table. They do go up. There was one pretty big spot in this that goes up toward the entrance. And if you've seen the pay-per-view, you've seen kind of how they had the light standards come down. If you haven't seen it, it's like an old school WWE entrance where they had light standards coming down almost to the ground. Well, Show was beating up on Del Rio, throws Del Rio in this light standard. One of the big long tubes breaks off, and the Big Show hit Del Rio with this big tube. And then ends up carrying him up the little catwalk behind it. Carries him up probably a good 5, 6, 7 foot and choke slams Del Rio through a table. Of course, she thought this was going to be it, short, sweet, to the point. It ended up not being. Del Rio got up from it. And then down by the ring, where the timeskeeper area is, Big Show went bulldozer through it. So, I mean, it was an okay match. It was about 17 minutes long. I scored it 2 3/4 stars, so it could have been better. But there again, they just had the last man standing match a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. There's not a lot more you could do with it. So we had a retain by Alberto Del Rio. The next match on the card was the WWE Tag Title. So we had Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane versus Team World Scholars. Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes. This was really short, about 9 minutes. I only gave it kind of a 2-star. Nothing happened. Short, sweet. Daniel Bryan made Damien Sandow tap out. That was it. Nothing spectacular. Nothing that would have got you to go, wow, this is something big. They can build off this. Boom, 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 done. I don't know where they go with the tag division at this point. Obviously, Damien Sandow, Cody Rhodes, both are great wrestlers, great on the mic. Team Hell No is kind of gelling together. I don't know if this carries on to Mania. I don't know. Third on the card, which was sub-main, like 4 matches on this card, we had the Royal Rumble match itself, the 30-man over-the-top Battle Royal. Obviously, being the fact that where it was on the card, you just knew no big surprises are going to hit. As you've seen in my preview, I was hoping for a Christian return. As I said in my top 5 Royal Rumble moments, I was hoping for that big, oh my God. We got a couple of those moments, but nothing, unfortunately, nothing big. As you've seen on SmackDown, that Dolph Ziggler won the beat the clock match on Raw last week. So he had to pick either one or two. Well, Dolph comes out one. He starts cutting a little promo in the ring, saying how he didn't care who the second was, that he could beat anybody, he was going to win the Rumble, that he had Money in the Bank briefcase. The biggest surprise of the night, the return of Y2J, Chris Jericho. Oh, we marked out watching this pay-per-view. We're like flipping out about, Jericho's back. And if y'all remember, 7 months ago, Dolph had a match against Jericho for the Money in the Bank briefcase. If Jericho lost, he had to leave WWE. So I'm hoping this wasn't just a one-night return for Jericho. I'm hoping they bring him back. I would like to see Dolph cash that Money in the Bank briefcase in on Del Rio soon. So Dolph, Jericho for the title at Mania. So there really wasn't too many big surprises in the Rumble. I'm not going to run down all 30 participants right now. If you want to check on my Facebook page, Pro Wrestling Fan Show on Facebook, I'll run down the entire 30-man Royal Rumble and the order of eliminations. I'm just going to hit on a few names that we were kind of surprised. Goldust came back. Goldust and Cody Rhodes, they're brothers. Dustin Rhodes and Cody Rhodes, the son of Dusty Rhodes. So Goldust and Cody had a little something in the ring, not much. Rey Mysterio did return with this. Rey Mysterio Jr. is back for those Rey Mysterio fans out there. Bo Dallas of NXT, he won, I guess, a prelim match or Battle Royal or something at the Accesses to gain entrance into this. He's the brother of Bill Rotundra, I can't think of these guys are. It's the family from wrestling, the Blackjack Mulligans and all those, and he didn't do much in it. We had the Godfather return from you guys of the Attitude Era, Kama Mustafa. He returned. He comes out with his two ladies. His song's still playing. He gets in the ring. He gets eliminated. His song never stopped playing. Walks out, takes his coat off, gets in the ring, gets eliminated, puts his coat back on, takes his ladies and leaves. Useless. Other than that, really nothing big. So the first two were Dolph Ziggler and Chris Jericho. And the last participant, also Sin Cara returned, for those Mexican fans who care. Ryback was number 30. So, the biggest spots in this were Kofi had another spot again. Like last year, he did the handstand. This year, he ended up jumping on somebody's back, got to the announce table, standing on the announce table, thinking about jumping from the announce table to the ring, ended up taking GBL's chair and hopping to the ring, got on the ring apron, got eliminated. It made no sense. Daniel Bryan actually eliminated his tag team champion partner, Kane. Of course, Kane gets eliminated, and Daniel Bryan's standing there like, I'm sorry. Somebody went to eliminate Daniel Bryan, and Kane caught him. So Kane's got a bear hug on Daniel Bryan just looking at him. All he had to do was sit him back up on the ringside, on the apron of the ring, and Kane just looked at him and dropped him. So he got eliminated. The final four came down to Sheamus, Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, and John Cena. Obviously, the final two came down to Ryback and John Cena. At this point, it's just a typical stale storyline that WWE's doing. We had John Cena win the Rumble. Obviously, it's kind of a build to what could happen in the main event tonight, this main event. The Rumble lasted 55 minutes, so it wasn't even a real long Rumble. It was kind of a short Rumble. I gave it about 3 stars. I've seen Rumbles that were better. I've seen Rumbles that were worse. It was just kind of there. There was the biggest return. Like I say, we had Sin Cara return. We had Rey Mysterio return, which that's probably setting the match up for WrestleMania. We had Chris Jericho. That I'm very interested to see what they do with it. Big Y2J fan. And our main event tonight was the WWE World Title champion for 434 days, CM Punk versus The Rock. Um, this match was set up to be good. The promos leading up to this match were good. Just CM Punk being CM Punk. You know, just his little excerpts of what he says. You know, Rock, your arms aren't long enough to box with God. You know, comparing himself to God, how great CM Punk is. Yeah, I'll give The Rock his due. The Rock was good at one point. 10 years ago, when The Rock left wrestling to go be a movie star, he was good. He's been in a couple matches. He had versus John Cena and Rock last year, once in a lifetime. Remember that. That was all right. You know, it was good. It was Rock remembered how to wrestle. You know, Rock doesn't need to have the world title matches. He's not going to be there every day, week in, week out. And your winner, and still WWE Champion, CM Punk. Wait, one little detail. Let me back up a little bit. The lights go out. The Rock gets attacked, gets thrown through the announce table. JBL, Michael Cole, were screaming, "Shield, shield, shield." Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Could not see them. Rock, the lights come back on, the Rock's laid out, Punk throws him in the ring. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk is still your WWE Champion. Celebrating in the ring with Paul Heyman. No chance! No chance in hell! Hits. Vince McMahon comes out. Mr. McMahon. He tells Punk that because the Shield got involved, which Heyman and Punk said, we don't know who it was. You could not see him. You know, doesn't matter what somebody's screaming, you couldn't see him. Right before Vince could strip CM Punk of that WWE title, The Rock grabbed the microphone and says, "It's not ending like this. Restart the match." They restarted the match, just like every time they do this. The first person who won the first time didn't win the second time. So your winner and new WWE Champion, The Rock. So we had The Rock win the WWE title. We had John Cena win the Rumble. Nobody knows for sure what they're going to do with this. But all I know is 58% of the time, the winner of the Rumble goes on to WrestleMania and wins the title. It's only 58% of the time. John Cena, it looks like John Cena versus The Rock 2. So I'm guessing twice in a lifetime. So overall, it wasn't a horrible pay-per-view. I give it 6 out of 10. I like to see better from WWE. When you do your Royal Rumble pay-per-view, which is your road to WrestleMania, you know, April 7th, WrestleMania is your biggest pay-per-view of the year. Everything builds toward WrestleMania. With what they built here, I don't know where they go from this point. You know, it looks like you get Rock versus John Cena 2. You know, you go once in a lifetime to twice in a lifetime. You know, lucky us. Looks like you're gonna do something with Dolph and Jericho, that'll be excellent. Where does CM Punk go from here? CM Punk does have a rematch. Does he get it at Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, or does he get it on a Raw? Don't know. Where does Taker fit in all this? You know, where do they go with, you know, Team Road Scholars? Where do they go from this? Where does Ryback go? You know, Sin Cara, Mysterio, what happens with those? You know, The Miz, where's he go with this? I don't know. There's a lot of questions to be answered still. A lot of time between now and WrestleMania. We'll see what the Raws and SmackDowns turn out, and we'll see what the Elimination Chamber is. Thanks for watching. Come on, WWE. Let's do something big for Mania.